I go embarrass myself with Goose for a little bit. You broke my will? Oh, what a thrill! Goodness gracious, great balls of fire! Okay, so I had to kind of, basically what that was all about, my brother loves the fact that I have Top Gun helmet. If you guys haven't seen it before, check out the other videos. Loves the fact that the helmet is Top Gun themed. My uncle loves it. He loved the movie. So it's kind of like a shout out and a throwback to Top Gun. So shout out to my brother Andrew and shout out to my Uncle Gene. Hey, hope you both are watching the channel, enjoying the channel, and everyone else who doesn't like Top Gun, oh well. I hope you do now, or you at least go check it out. So back when I started learning how to ride, or actually before I even started learning how to ride, I was like, okay, so I need a cool helmet. I mean, I want to ride a motorcycle soon, and the first thing you need to learn how to ride a motorcycle is obviously a helmet. I mean, that's a no-brainer. What else would you need besides a helmet and a motorcycle? I mean, yeah, you could use a jacket, but you don't need one to start off. You can use a hoodie. I still wear a hoodie. I don't see a need to get a jacket right away when you're learning how to ride. I heard, in all honesty, up here when you can ride, you really only would use it in the colder months. So like that, if you're lucky, March through May, and then September through, if you're lucky again, middle of November. That's if you're really, really lucky with the winter. Fortunately, I was lucky with my first winter last year. So, I mean, hey, now, I know I'm talking to you guys and whatnot, but I had to give a shout out to my Uncle Gene. So for this video, I will be changing up the audio in the beginning. Just, I might keep it. I don't know. I mean, it did turn out pretty well. I thought it was funny as could be. I'm not saying that I'm by any means a good singer or a bad singer, but I mean, my college roommates and all my music major friends will all say I was a bad singer. I mean, I didn't have the training they did, so I guess I can't really compare. But whatever, no big deal. Anyways, moving on, moving past all that. So right now I'm heading over to my school picnic. So it'll be the first part of this video, and then if I feel like talking even more about first bikes, I'm going to add on some more just filler video, and then I'll voice that over. So basically what it comes down to, when you go to buy your first bike, don't buy the first one you see. Don't buy the first one that looks cool to you. Understand what a motorcycle has. Well, not understand what a motorcycle has. Understand what's involved with riding a motorcycle. Obviously, a lot goes into learning how to ride. A lot goes into understanding what you need to do when you're riding. The type of bike you want to get, the type of biker you want to be, the bike that looks good to you. You don't want to get the bike that everyone else is getting. Just because your buddy, his first bike was a 650 or a 750 or a 250. Just because that was their first bike does not mean that that should be your first bike. So don't sit there and think, okay, my buddy started on 250, I should start on 250. Or my buddy started on a 900, I should start on a 900. Disclaimer, do not start on a 900. I mean, that's, again, there's no magic answer, but a 900 has a lot of power. It's not smart to start on a 900 if you've never ridden a dirt bike, if you've never ridden anything above a 125. Well, no, you could probably start on a 125 if you rode dirt bike. So if you've never ridden anything, don't start on a 900. I can't reiterate that enough. My fiance's thinking about starting to ride. She wants to get a moped, so I mean, we'll gloss over that real quick, but yeah. I mean, obviously I'm not going to stop her. I think that her having a moped would be a lot of fun. I'm sure that she could definitely have a lot of fun with it. And now I'm sitting in the middle of an intersection because this truck can't pull 2 feet further. I mean, granted, he's almost on that guy's ass, but still, you can pull up a little bit more just so I can fit it. So anyways, there's a lot of buses around here right now. I mean, it is towards the end of the day, so hey, I guess it is kind of rush hour. Which means I'll probably be sitting in a light for forever, but anyways. So when it does come to getting a first bike, you don't have to listen to what everyone says. Now, obviously, there are people who know more about bikes than you, because you're a new rider. You've never ridden anything before. So, listen to them. If you want good advice on learning how to ride, I would check out Jogo 101. He has some good videos on it. And what bikes to get. Yami Noob has some good videos on it. There's a bunch of other ones. I mean, I've done a few videos on learning to ride, make sure you learn to ride properly and all that. But this is about your first bike. Your first bike, and I'm getting pissed off as I'm saying this because this red light sucks and I hate it. And you know it's not even because I'm not tripping it, because I'm in the middle of traffic. So I just hate this red light. But anyways, moving on. So what this comes down to is get a bike that you feel comfortable on, number one. If you go to test drive and you have never ridden a motorcycle before, I suggest you bring someone who has. Simply because you don't want to pretend to learn, not even really pretend, but you don't want to learn on someone else's motorcycle that you might possibly buy. You stall out their motorcycle in front of them, they might get upset when you do that, even if you have more money than they're asking in your pocket. So, am I going to say start on a 600? Personally, I see no problem in starting on a 600. I did. I feel I'm a good rider. I'm not confident to the point where I'm cocky, but I'm confident with my riding. That sun is killing me right now. All I want to do is move a few feet forward and get behind a tree, but this light will not change. So I feel I'm a pretty confident rider. I'm not saying I'm the best rider. There we go. Finally green. Come on. And now we're probably going to sit at this one. Oh, it's going to stay green. Thank God. So anyways, what it comes down to, now I need to find where this pavilion is for this picnic. It's definitely on my right, but not quite sure. When it comes down to being able to learn how to ride the proper way and just understand how to ride in a way that basically you're going to be safe, to say the least. I'm not going to say go get a 300 or a 250 because you might get bored of that quickly. That's what my buddy who taught me said, and you know what? I am so glad I started on a 600 because it's not that I'm even bored of the 600. It's what it comes down to is the fact that, I mean, I love the amount of power I have at my fingertips. There's times when I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit, this bike has a lot more than I thought it had. This bike has some balls. And I know I'm swearing in this one, but this is what happens when I ride and talk at the same time. I end up not really filtering as much as I should. So anyways, we're getting to where we should be. So I'll cut the audio pretty soon and I'll do the voiceover for the rest. But basically what it comes down to is I would simply say it depends on what you want to start riding. If you're going to start riding on a cruiser, I would start right around that 600 range. I mean, there's not many cruisers that are still in good shape that people didn't learn on. What are you doing? Come on. I'm just going to go around you because I'm hoping that you're backing it. So anyways, and you were backing it. Make up your mind. So anyways, again, I'm going to cut the audio here just so that way you guys can kind of hear more about this and more about what I learned. Okay, so here we are back at it with the bike. What is the best first bike? Again, there isn't one. So, Here's what it comes down to. Get a bike that you believe will help you learn properly. Again, not many cruisers that are at 250 or in that 250 power range are going to be good for you. There was a bike that was right down the street from me that was a 750 that hadn't been ridden in years. I mean, it hadn't been inspected in 3 years, and the guy was trying to get rid of it. And I was like, seriously, come on. I'm not stupid. Excuse me. I know that you realize that this isn't going to work. No one is going to buy a bike that hasn't been inspected for 2 years. I mean, we know it's been sitting in your garage for that long. So always check that kind of stuff when you go to buy your first bike. Personally, I would say buy a 600. I started on a 600. It's not a crotch rocket, but it's not a cruiser either. It's like that crossover in between Yamaha bike. I love it. Personally, I thought it was going to be too small. My fiance is constantly telling me I look awkward on it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but guess what? I don't have to look at myself when I'm riding. I just get to enjoy the ride. So that's what I love about riding, is that I don't care. Go ahead and pass me. What it comes down to is basically that when you're learning to ride, you have to understand certain things will go into play. If you're starting on a bike with too much power, then you're not going to learn how to ride properly, and you're going to be scared to ride. I mean, and I'm being completely honest with you. That's what I've found. When people have told me, oh, I started on a 750, but, you know, in all honesty, I didn't like that because it was too powerful. And I've heard people say that. But then I've also heard people say, hey, I started on 752. I didn't find that. It depends on the manufacturer. It depends on who's ridden it before. I mean, obviously, over time, a bike's going to lose power the same way a car loses power. Now, I'm not saying I know everything about bikes or cars, but hey. But I mean, basically, the best way to look at it is, if you're going out to buy a bike, you need 3 things. 1, knowledge of what you want to use your bike for. If you want to use your bike for long rides, you don't want to be getting a crotch rocket that's too powerful, number 1, or you don't want to be getting a crotch rocket that is going to be just something that you can't go on long rides. I mean, crotch rockets aren't that comfortable. I know my bike, it gets uncomfortable after about 80 miles. Not saying it's extremely uncomfortable, but hey, if you're going on a long ride, you're going to want to go a lot more than 80 miles. Number 2, know what kind of bike you can handle and what kind of power you want to get. I suggest getting anything between a 3 to a 600. I'm not saying I would start on a 300. Obviously, I didn't. But what it comes down to is you simply need to understand what you're doing when it comes to riding. You need to get into your comfort zone and not get a bike that's too heavy. That's a big thing, is make sure that the bike you can actually sit on, kind of control, even while it's stationary. Make sure that you feel comfortable controlling the weight of it. I mean, my buddy has a 920, and I can tell you right now, I did not feel comfortable controlling the weight of it. It was a 920 Cruiser, Suzuki, whatever. Can't remember the exact name of it, but I didn't feel comfortable controlling. I was like, okay, this isn't the kind of bike I want to start on. Obviously, I can work my way up to that. I mean, first of all, it's a 920, but second of all, it was too heavy of a bike for right then and there. And third of all, just know someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to bikes and can figure out the kinks for you, make sure they understand riding, and make sure they get what goes into riding. Because if they don't get riding, and if they don't get what bikes are and how to fix them and what might be wrong with them, then you're screwed. It's simple as that. You're going to be screwed over, and you're going to end up buying a lemon. It's that simple. So, basic knowledge, get the bike you feel comfortable with. That's all I can really say. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, you can share this video wherever you want, however you want. Just make sure that when you do share the video, you're directing people back to the channel. Obviously, you're not stealing the content. I hate when people try to do that. So what it comes down to is enjoy the rest of the videos that are on the channel. Enjoy riding, have fun, ride safe, and just overall, just do what you got to do. I mean, have fun with it. It's supposed to be something that you can have fun with and go out there, learn how to ride, and do it on the right bike for the right reasons. And hey, you'll have a lifelong hobby no matter what kind of bike you're on, and as long as you learn to ride on the proper bike. So enjoy it and have a great one. I'll talk to you guys later.